Will a country ever want to talk with its enemy's best friend? It is not expected from any nation to do that, and not from Ukraine especially. But Zelensky just shocked everyone with his new statement about Russia's best friend, China. He said many things that tell about how pretentious the West's support is for Ukraine. His words tell a lot about China's importance in the world. But what he actually said? Let's find out. Welcome back to another exciting episode of our channel. Innovation Diary brings you China's innovation stories, projects, and growing influence in different parts of the world. If you are new to the channel and enjoy learning about fast-paced modernity, especially China's development and growing power, you will definitely find our videos intriguing. In this video, we are going to talk about Zelensky's statement about maintaining friendly relations with China. We will also talk about the West's weak support toward Ukraine, which is just not enough. Let's get started. China is currently Russia's best friend. It's the only strong support Russia has. In the Russia and Ukraine conflict, China's support for Russia strongly impacted many countries. Nations like the US felt powerless when China took Russia's side. In the meanwhile, Russia felt powerful after China's support. It became easy for Russia to deal with the sanctions. A large amount of oil started exporting to China. The ties of friendship grew stronger with each day. And now, their friendship has reached a point where the two nations are strengthening BRICS and are planning a future together. The plans like de-dollarizing and changing the world order are just a small example of how strong the ties between China and Russia friendship are getting. This friendship does not just benefit the two nations, but almost the entire world feels its impact. For instance, the plan to help developing nations can change the world. Many countries are also happy with China and Russia's friendship, which benefits everyone. But the West does not like it because this friendship ends the West's dominance in the world. The dominance that took the West decades to earn is slowly shifting away. China and Russia are both each other's support systems. After the Russia-Ukraine conflict, everyone was waiting for China to take a side. The entire West was against Russia, but China still stood with it. Before we continue further, tell us, are you loving the video? If yes, please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel for more videos about China's development, power, and influence on the world. Let's continue now. Very recently, Xi Jinping met with Putin and discussed many future plans. We have also made a video on that. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. This was the first time Xi and Putin met after the Russia and Ukraine conflict. That's why it was very important for everyone to know what the two leaders talked about. Xi visiting Russia was a blunt expression saying that China supports Russia with everything. China was always there for Russia to support, and even after this conflict, China was still there. It was said that Russia wouldn't be able to stand against the weapons that the US was sending to Ukraine. But now experts are saying that China will also aid Russia in defeating the US weapons. China is going to provide all types of support to Russia. And this situation has become more concerning for the West than for Ukraine. The US has provided a lot of aid to Ukraine and even neglected its economy for Ukraine. The US is paying for neglecting its economy, but after all their effort, it's really hard for the US to see all its help being wasted. After Xi's trip to Russia, Ukraine President Zelensky's new statement shocked the world. China is Russia's closest friend, and there is no way people would think China will support or help Ukraine. But Zelensky thinks the opposite. He mentioned that he is open to talking with Xi. The exact words of Zelensky were, "Call me anytime." For the West, this news is very shocking. If the West hates Russia, it means it also hates China. And Ukraine, whom the West has been supporting for more than a year now, is saying it's open to talking with Xi. Can you imagine how saddening this news will be for the US? But the actual question is why Zelensky said this. What's the reason for still maintaining a friendship with China? Zelensky is being very diplomatic. He knows that at the end of the day, the war situation will end. China is a huge market, and it used to make a lot of trade with Ukraine. China has imported many goods from Ukraine. Not just that, China has also done many development projects in Ukraine. Many development projects include construction projects as well. For Ukraine, China is a good partner. Ukraine wants to continue this in the future as well. Everyone knows that in the future, China's place will be more important than today. It will have more power. Its business and projects will expand to all nations. And it can also be said that China will be every nation's best friend. Zelensky also understands this. The future will be about China, and having China by your side will matter a lot. So, Zelensky wants to continue having a friendship with China. And just because China is Russia's ally, it does not mean all countries should stop working with China. Ukraine itself wants to work with China even when China is the bitter friend of the Ukraine's enemy. This statement has surprised everyone. No one was accepting these words coming out of Zelensky's mouth. But one thing to notice here is that Ukraine, which has the support of all Western countries, still wants to have good relationships with China. It's as if these Western countries' friendship does not matter to Ukraine. It points toward one thing: China's importance is increasing day by day. China has left the West behind. Zelensky's statement has devalued the West's support. When the West supported Ukraine, many people said they were pretending to support Ukraine. And after Zelensky's statement, it looks like those predictions were correct. If not, why would a nation want to be friends with China, a close ally of Russia? Chances are that the West is not actually helping Ukraine. It's all in the media to get publicity, but the reality is unknown. Many times, Ukraine mentioned that it did not need the support that the U.S. was providing. And it looks like the U.S. has never tried to help Ukraine. There are some interests behind it. There is definitely something that the world doesn't know about. Why has Ukraine always resisted the West's help? It is yet to be known. One thing that is clear after Ukraine's interest in China is that it doesn't matter who China supports, China is always seen as a peaceful country. China's friendship has some boundaries. It does not go brutal with anyone. It wants to do business and partner with other nations and nothing else than that. On the other hand, Western friendship is all about everything besides business and true partners. It's more politically interest-based. With each new day, a new face of the West is shown to the world, lowering the West's importance. And each day, China's new and better image is being shown to the world. It is becoming obvious to all nations that China is the only country they need. And that day is not far when the Western nations will also say that. Do you think nobody now wants West's friendship? Why does every nation prefer China's friendship? Has the West's power already ended? Why is the U.S. so silent about it? Is it doing any politics secretly? Comment right below in the comment section. Do you think she will respond to Zelensky's new statement? Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, please like and share the video and subscribe to get exclusive videos about how phenomenally China is developing. Until the next video, stay tuned.